CPI data came out and it was rough. We're going to go deep dive into CPI data, and then I'm going to talk to you about how XLM and XRP reacted to the news versus the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And honestly, you're going to be so impressed with the information that you see coming up that you're going to share this video and you're going to hit the subscribe button. Let's leave this screen and go into this one. CPI data up on the screen came in at 8.2%. Here is a trend line look for you, okay? Right now, 8.2, we beat the previous month of 8.3, a little higher than expectations, which were set at 8.1. Now, a deeper look into the CPI data shows us some very alarming things for consumers out there, and don't worry, we're gonna get into how the crypto market reacted. But first, let's talk about some of the bad points of CPI data. Oil, 58% increase, 18.2% on gasoline. So energy is through the roof. What about other things that affects people like you and me? Well, we spend money on food, don't we? Of course we do. Cereal, our kids eat a ton of it, and so do I. 16.2% up. What else is up? Well, we know what is going on with dairy and eggs. 15.9% increase for dairy and related products. So energy is up. Food is up, but what outside of food? New vehicles. Everyone said, hey, the cars, there's going to be a bubble that bursts and prices are just going to crumble. Sorry, everyone, that would be wrong. 9.4% right now for new vehicles. What about used cars? You know, we had the supply chain shortage where we weren't making enough chips because of the Rona. And what happened? Used car values went up because new cars couldn't be finished because there were no chips. Well, used cars still holding strong now that new cars are starting to hit the market, now that the chip supply is getting back to normal. Used cars came in up 7.2%. Now, of course, the tax on the poor, tobacco and related products, we're looking at an increase of 8.2%, but don't worry, for you out there that enjoy your booze cruises, alcohol only went up 4.1%. Now, the big thing is, how did the market react and what is going on? Well, if you look at the screen right now, you see a bunch of red. That's because this is the last 24-hour snapshot. If we switch it on over to 1 hour, you're going to see something very interesting here. Okay, look at this. In the last hour, the market is neutral, if not more green, like as in the likes of XRP. So what happened to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and XLM when the announcement was made? Well, let's make things a little bit more cleaner. Let's go to the lines here and let's show you this. When the announcement was made, boom, you could see XRP took off. XLM did not have the exact same effect. As you saw, there was some definite movement up and down here. XLM did not fare as well as XRP during this news release. Now, the important information, and if you saw the live stream, you saw me break this down live. Amazing stream. Thank you everyone for watching. If you want to watch the live stream, by the way, if you go into the folders, the playlist, you're going to see it under the live stream playlist. But let's compare what happened to XRP to the likes of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, we're going to put in baby blue for Bitcoin. We're going to do that. We're also going to add who else to this? Let's add Ethereum, because a lot of people and businesses out there use Ethereum as a holding, and it holds very strong market cap weight. I've got the chart cleaned up and let's recap it. We've got purple right now with XRP, blue is Bitcoin, and red is Ethereum. All right, so can you tell me by looking at the screen when CPI data was released? Well, CPI data was released 2 hours before this video. That puts it right here, and boom, that is where you can see the market separation happening. You have Ethereum and Bitcoin on the CPI data release going down quite substantially, while XRP starts its move on upwards. In fact, we can see from the time of the announcement, which I've got right here, XRP is up 2.3%, with Bitcoin and Ethereum both down by the likes of 1.8 and 1.9%. So when we go back to the overall look of CPI data, 8.2%. The cryptos out there that are used as holdings, right, as assets, were knocked down. What we would consider the traditional commodities by Gary Gensler's stance, that is pre-Ethereum merge into their POS, piece of shit state. But what we're looking at now is that the market is recognizing a difference between utility and asset and commodity-based coins. A lot of companies out there use Bitcoin and Ethereum as holdings. So for instance, when you hear about liquidation points with Ethereum right now at 1221, we have to worry about liquidations when we start getting sub 12. Companies use Ethereum as collateral or as assets with loans and lending. So there's a different mechanism out there with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So now what do we have to look forward to in the future? Well, we have to look forward to this. S&P 500 and NASDAQ post new 2-year lows after the Fed signals higher unemployment may be necessary to tame inflation. So as if inflation isn't bad and the Fed raising up rates isn't bad enough, the Fed's raising rates is going to make it more expensive for businesses to operate, which means what, everyone? Businesses have to start shutting down new job openings and then laying off their workforce, which means they're going to be cutting their labor, which means, yes, going up. That is unemployment, everyone. So we're going to start focusing on unemployment more in the future as CPI data starts kind of falling flat. Now, when I say falling flat, I have to be very, very cautious with what I say, because when you look at this chart, you might be going, oh, okay, this isn't too bad. No, let's zoom out 5 years. That's how this chart looks inflation-wise. And what has people nervous right now is this, and I did a little drawing of it earlier. What has people nervous is this. Economists were looking at this going, hey, if we go up this fast, we expect inflation then to come down equally fast in an equal amount of time. That was the idea that the Fed had, right? That inflation is transitory. That was the narrative that was sold to all of us by, well, the governments out there. Because remember, we're not in a recession if we change the definition. But anyways, what we're seeing right now is that, yes, inflation did go up super fast. But now what we're doing is we are leveling off a little bit here. So it's not the quick decline as what the Fed and the government was projecting towards us. So when we look at the CPI data and we go back to the 1-year part, okay, are we past the peak? Well, it sure seems like it when you look at the charts. But when you look at the bigger data, when you start looking at it and drawing at it, yes, we might be past the peak, but we're also not riding down that ski hill as fast as we climbed it on up. Come on, just say it. Say it in the comments. Say the video sucked. Say that there was no valuable information whatsoever. No, it's just the opposite. There was no fluff and it was all substance. XLM and XRP definitely are reacting differently now with this inflation data and with the Fed raising rates. This is something now called the market separation, market maturation, where I'm saying, hey, the market now is going into version 2.0, where we're starting to learn that different cryptos out there are used for different things, which means they should be priced accordingly. Now, that being said, this is a belief I've had a whole time, but the general market consensus is always Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. And when they talk about Bitcoin, they mean all cryptos. Now, maybe we actually have to start talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum and the likes of the alts and utilities out there. CPI data came in extremely rough, affecting people like you and me very hard. Food prices, cereal, milk, eggs came through double-digit increases. Energy, oil was what, 58%, everyone, with gasoline again, double digits there too. No surprises. We have recently seen the prices at the pumps just blow through the roof. Family members of mine out in California said they are now at $7 a gallon. Other family members of mine are representing the great state of Illinois, Chi-Town, right, Bridgeport, said that gas there is around $5.50. Out in South Carolina, where I am, gas right now is $3.29. Inflation is affecting us hard, and the Fed is dropping an even harder hammer, not working on the supply chain issues which are causing these high prices, but instead thumping out the demand side by crushing people like you and me by making everything more expensive when it comes to interest rates, loans, and so forth. That means more money will be paid to banks and less money will be available to go into the crypto market. Thank you very much for watching. Check out this really cool crypto Web3 video right here. And again, I appreciate the support from everyone. Have a great rest of your day.